Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome to Gratitude Happy Hour. Oh my goodness, it is so good to be here with you today and so good to be back home. I have been traveling for quite a while now, for ever since before Christmas. So it's good to be back in my own space. I really had a wonderful time going and doing the things that I did, visiting with family, planning with some dear friends about things that are going to be coming up for this year. And I'm just checking to make sure that this video is live and doing a little bit of sharing. So what I'll ask is as you come on, please help me share it. Share it out wherever you want. Anyone that you think could use a bit of inspiration, could use some gratitude, just help me share that out with others right now. So as you come in to the video, just take a moment and share it. And that's what I am doing at this moment and getting it out there for others to see that it's taking place. So I'm just going to take one moment to do that, and hopefully you will help me. Okay, so I am back. I just took a moment to share that out, and now I'm back here with you. So, welcome. And what I would like to do is take just a moment and ask, who are you grateful for? I like to choose one person every day that I just hold in my heart and hold in my mind and say, I'm really grateful for that person. I really appreciate them. And sometimes I don't even know the person, I don't even know anything about them. I know that I know them, but I don't know why I'm grateful for them. I just feel it in my heart. And I'm just inspired sometimes just to choose somebody and send out a little message of gratitude, just letting them know that they're special. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm coming on to my normal gratitude happy hour and just sharing out gratitude. And today I just want to share that I am so grateful for my friend Gerald and Heather Dell. I just spent the weekend with Gerald Ann up in Crescent City, just outside of DeLand, Florida. Gerald Ann is a very, very special person. She has welcomed me into her home many times, and I'm so very grateful for all that she offers to me, all that she offers to the world. She's a very healing individual, and that's where her heart is. Her heart is in wanting the very best for everyone, doesn't matter who it is, just wanting to see them happy and see that when we share out into the world, it comes back. It really does come back to us. So I'm going to just send that out to her that she's my gratitude today. I love her. Joanne, if you're watching this, I love you so much. And I am so blessed to have you in my life. One thing that I want to share is that I'm going to be changing up Gratitude Happy Hour on Tuesdays. It will be syndicated on Enlightened World Network starting the first week in February, the first Tuesday. And what's going to happen is I'm going to come on Tuesdays and discuss healing from trauma, healing from the emotions of trauma. Now, this is something that I am very aware of and that I'm very experienced in going through traumas. We all have our stories. We all have stories. It's what we do with those stories that's important. And I was listening to one of my mentors today, and she shared the statement, hurt people hurt, sad people make other people sad. And she says, don't take it personally. It's just what happens. When we're hurting, that's what we do. We strike out. We want to get rid of the hurt in some way, but the only thing we know to do is to just shut out others, and then we hurt more. So as we're going through the traumas of living this in this lifetime, there's going to be pain, there's going to be experiences that we encounter along the way. And that's okay, because that makes us who we are. That brings us to this now moment of being this very person sitting right here. All of those things that happened are there, they're in our subconscious. But many times we don't know how to deal with the emotions of those things that happened. We don't know that we can change it. We can't change what happened, but we can change the energy, the emotions surrounding it, to release it, to let it go. And I want to say hello to Fawn, who is watching. Hi, Fawn. I'm so glad you're here. Welcome. And my darling niece, Brenda Evans, is also watching. So hello to both of you, and thank you for joining in. Please help share this out for other people to find it. So it's talking about emotions after you've been through a trauma. And trauma can be many things. It can be an illness, it can be a loss. Maybe you've lost a loved one, you've lost a spouse, or not just through divorce. I mean, not just through death, but loss can be also divorce, separation, anything that you consider that you've lost that part of you, that part of your life. So what happens after the trauma, or as you're going through that trauma, it's very emotional. And sometimes we stuff those emotions down inside. We don't deal with them. And that's why there's always that energy of, when you're hurt, you stress, and then you take it out on those that are near to you or those that just cross your path. So hurt people hurt. Most people want that to change without having to do anything. They want that magic wand, or they want that superhero who's going to swoop in and just change things, just make it okay again, make the world okay. That's what happens when you're going through that trauma. You want the world to be okay again, not turned upside down, or um, just out of control for you, in chaos. But the thing is that it doesn't happen that way. It really doesn't happen that way. If you want the transformation, you have to step out of that comfort zone. It's not going to happen if you stay in the same MO, if you stay just stuck in that energy, wishing and hoping for it to be different. If wishing and hoping made things different, trust me, it would be a different world we live in, wouldn't it? Because I wish and hope and pray for peace on earth every day. Every day of my life, I want that. So just sitting and saying, I wish it was different, um, envisioning it to be different. Envisioning does help, but that's only a part of it. So what I'm going to be doing on the show and in the future is really diving deep into what it means to let go, what it means to look at ourselves in that way that we can heal. Because healing is something that takes time. Usually it does not happen overnight that we heal from those emotions. When I went through some of the really tough journey I went through last year, I wanted to hold on to those emotions. I wanted to be angry. I wanted other people to see that I was upset. So I felt that I was right in doing so. I felt I was right in holding on to the anger. But deep inside, I knew that that would only hurt me if I held on to it. So I had to work through all of that, and that's what's going to happen on the show. We are going to look at things and how we can really, how we can really trust ourselves again to heal. Now, as I'm sharing this and as I'm broadcasting today, I have a couple of people who are going to come on the air with me. Hello, hello.
Hey, Teri, it's Ruth.
Hi, Ruth. So we are working on how we can have people call in and talk while we're broadcasting on the air. And this is my dear friend, Ruth Anderson. So Ruth, welcome to Gratitude Happy Hour.
Thank you. I'm delighted to be with you. Can you hear me okay?
I hear you just fine. And I think this is going to be like an amazing thing that we're going to be able to do is hear from people, hear their voices, and they can ask a question. So Ruth, I was just explaining how my Gratitude Happy Hour on Tuesdays will be evolving into helping people to work through emotions after they've been through a trauma. And what do you think of that idea?
I love that idea. And I love that people can call in on Zoom with their phone and be heard.
Yes, absolutely. I love that too. And I'm so grateful to you, very grateful that I know you and I'm friends with you, but grateful that you helped me out today to test this and to show us that it does work and know that we can do this in the future.
Right. Plus, this show is going to be syndicated on Enlightened World Network. So we're offering 2 ways for you to be able to see it.
Absolutely. Ruth is the founder of Enlightened World Network. And I hope that you will go over on Facebook to that page and like the page. That way you get notified anytime we go live. We do many things over there. This will just be one of them. So please go and like the page and get to know more about Ruth Anderson because she's amazing.
Well, and Deb Goldberg is on the line too. So can you try to bring her on and we'll see if we can have a 3-way conversation?
I'm going to do that right now. Hello, Deb.
Hi, can you hear me?
I hear you great. It's very clear.
This is so exciting, Teri.
Yes, it is. It really is. I'm so glad, Deb, that this was something that was born out of our creativity over the last week. And thank you for that idea that this is a possibility that we can do it this way.
I totally agree. Now, can we also hear Ruth? Can we all 3 be in the conversation?
I'm pretty sure.
Well, I can hear you, Deb. Can you hear me?
Yeah, so that's awesome.
Okay.
So you can open up more than one mic, basically, so that you can have more of a discussion, even though people might not be on video.
This is true. And I have the power to mute any of you at any time so that just one person has the floor. So that's another good thing. We don't want people talking over top of each other.
Right, right. And what a great addition to your show.
Yes, it absolutely is. I'm so excited. And Deb, while you're on here, why don't you take a minute and just share what's coming up with you on Enlightened World?
Thank you, Teri. On Wednesdays, we're going to be starting, I believe, January 29th on Enlightened World Network on Facebook. We're going to start a new show it is called Divine Relationship Recovery. And it is all about understanding relationships and yourself through a divine lens and not the earthly constructs of what we believe a relationship should be. So I'm very excited about it and to share all the information that I've been given through God and Jesus that I've practiced in my own life and continue to practice, to share that all with you.
That is so awesome, Deb. I am really looking forward to that show. And I know I'll be on with you for some of the shows. Ruth will be on with you for some of them. And we're excited about what's going to come through with that because it's so needed. It's very needed in our world today.
It is very needed. And like all the things that we do and what you're doing, Teri and Ruth, is we keep reminding people that divine love is always there and connecting to return home, to return to love, to return for healing. And that's what all of your shows are about, what our shows will be about is that divine love is there for everyone.
Yes, it absolutely is. And Ruth, I'm very grateful to you for Enlightened World. You've really opened that up to so many avenues of spreading love into the world and educating and entertaining and just bringing us all together in a network that is making a difference in the world. And that's exciting. So thank you, Ruth.
It's really my pleasure. It is such my pleasure to have you all join in Enlightened World. And, you know, we are all just doing what God is asking of us. God, Jesus, the archangels, and Divine Mother, they really have a plan for our world. And for our world to get to that place, we all have to do our part. And so you are doing your part, Deb's doing her part, I'm doing my part, and that's having a number of us come together and work together. So thank you both for listening to Spirit when Spirit asked you to do your podcast, put yourself out in the world with your books, and combine your efforts with other folks, including me and Enlightened World. So thank you.
Wow, you know, it really does take a village, doesn't it, ladies? When we want to really make an impact, the more that we join together with our efforts, the more we reach. And the creativity that has flowed between the three of us this last week is mind blowing. And there's so much coming from that. There's going to be many exciting things happening on Enlightened World. And I'm just thrilled to be a part of it.
So am I. So am I.
This is big. I mean, when I say this is big, we are talking about planetary change. We are not being given small tasks. This, all I can say is this is big, and it's requiring everyone who is hearing Spirit to really pay attention and reach out beyond their comfort zones to do what's being asked, because that's what it's going to take to really bring about this planetary change we've all been seeing.
Yes, it really, really is exciting. It's exciting. This whole decade, you know, before we went into 2020, I just had this energy come over me that was just a knowing about the changes coming in this year, how it was going to be so totally different than what we had just come out of. And it's almost like we were doing the exercise in 2019 to get us prepared for this. We had to be stronger. And that's where we're at. Many of us are feeling so much stronger in our legs in walking forward into this energy. And I love that. And so I was shown that, yes, big things are happening. And I had a lady on last night on my Angel Heart Radio show, and she's a numerologist. And she did the numerology, the chart for Earth for this 2020 year. And it came out to be a big, bold vision, really big. So I see it. She's seeing it as someone that looks at numbers and how the energy is affected. And the three of us have spent time over the last week seeing that big vision. It's huge, ladies. It's really huge.
That's right. And, you know, Teri and Deb, one of the interesting things to me is what it has required of each of the three of us individually as far as healing and preparing, because we've all had to really become someone with a bigger skill set than what we had before to be ready to take on this responsibility. So I would say if anybody is feeling the need or seeing the opportunity to heal past wounds, it will help you be more prepared for whatever is coming up.
I agree. I agree. And there's going to be a lot of healing that's taking place because we're ready for it. I don't feel like we were ready for it in 2019, but we're ready for it now. And that healing is going to take place because we're letting go of the boxes. We're letting go of any preconceived ideas of what we're supposed to do or say or be. And we're changing those constructs. We're really reinventing ourselves, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
We really are. And
Yes.
the show that Deb is going to do and the show that you're doing is further helping people heal. Just
Mm-hmm.
helping them to be more and more prepared.
Absolutely.
It is.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I see it as stepping out of, like you're talking 2019, it's like stepping out of 3D, and we're moving towards, even though I don't use dimensions, it's sort of like 7D. It is moving towards the divine blueprint of what this world is and what we are, and stepping out of all of the constructs that have held us down, all the stories, and allowing ourselves once and for all to be healed and to let divine love lead the way.
That's pretty beautiful.
Yes. That was profound. Thank you. Thank you. And yeah. And I really see this year, one of the ways that it's going to change is we're letting go of a comparison. I feel like in the past, it's all been, there's been this person that people look up to or that person and, who's saying what and who's doing what. We're all equal. There's no one greater than, there's no one lesser than. And this is a lesson for all of us. And one thing that, I listen to one of my mentors a lot, and I really learn and grow from her. And she said, if you're looking at me and you're looking through my window and seeing what I'm doing, you're not looking at yourself. So I think we're going to stop looking through those windows. We're going to really examine, what do I want to do? How do I want to do it? And we're going to stop that mimicking that's been happening. It's okay to listen to other people and to see what they're doing, but that's not us. Develop your own style, develop what it is that you want to bring forth, and listen to spirit and let spirit lead you. And that will be that really amazing, powerful energy that comes forth to heal. So
Teri,
ladies, I really,
go ahead.
Oh my gosh.
I am so grateful for the both of you and for all the listeners that we have, because it is just going to become a more unified earth, unified within ourselves, as we keep allowing all of this wisdom, divine wisdom, and what we learn from each other to just keep healing our mind, bodies, and opening and exploring and expanding our hearts.
Absolutely, Deb. And a piece that Spirit has shown me today is the importance of each of us coming to this work through our authentic self. And Teri was starting to talk about that. It's when somebody comes to the work of Enlightened World or to the work of working on their own calling, we don't seek people regurgitating Eckhart Tolle. We have him. We're not looking for people regurgitating Wayne Dyer. We have him. So we're seeking people who can stand in their own authenticity, in their own truth, and having them listen to their divine guidance. And it's really a co-creation of them and divine guidance. That's what's going to propel things forward.
Amen.
beautiful. Yes, that is absolutely it, Ruth, right there in a nutshell. That we are all in this together. And I love what's coming forth. And I love that when we do that, when we really open up and listen to spirit, the miracle happens and the energy flows and it just feels divine because it is divine.
Right.
So if you are someone that's listening to this call, if you're listening on the live, or if you're going to listen to us on the replay, we hope that you are going to look at your own self this year. This is a year of really examining your beliefs, looking at them, seeing if they fit anymore. Maybe they don't fit. You know, we don't always wear the same clothes. Sometimes they just don't feel right. They don't do it for us anymore. They may have been really great when they were new, but now it's time to let them go. And that's the same thing with some of our beliefs, some of those constructs that brought us to who we are. Maybe it's time to release some of that. So I hope you'll stick with us on this program. I'll be talking about the emotions from trauma. On Deb's program, she'll be talking about relationships and the divine relationships. So I hope that you'll find some opportunity. If something really draws you to it, please go check it out. Check out Enlightened World and all the things we do there. We do a meditation a day. Every day, we bring you someone who's just going to bring some inspiration and lead you and guide you in that. We're also planning another day of healing, which is exciting, ladies.
Yes.
And we're doing that on February 16th. It's a Sunday. We'll be streaming all day long and bringing different people in to offer healings and inspiration and motivation. So check out Enlightened World Network on Facebook, or you can go to enlightenedworld.online and find everything there, all the past summits, the past videos, present videos, and really get involved and open up your world. That's what it's all about, is opening up your world to unlimited possibilities. And I see so much that's coming up just from what we're doing, just from what we're creating. That's only a speck. There is so much out there. But I hope that you'll find whatever it is that interests you, whatever it is that you feel inspired by. Check it out. Look at it. Get out of that box. There's no more limits. There's no more veil. So look and explore and see what there is that you can find. And come play in our playground. I love people that play with us. Don't you, ladies?
Absolutely.
Most
and
definitely.
everybody's welcome. Yeah.
It is beautiful to blend all the energies.
Yeah, it absolutely is. And it's a wonderful world if we open up to it. We find what we're looking for. And we hope there'll be something there that you're looking for that will touch your heart. So ladies, I'm going to let you all go, and I'm going to say goodnight to the listeners and know that we have great things coming. And we hope that you will indeed go check it out. I hope that you'll have a blessed day and just start thinking about how you would like your life to be different. If there was nothing limiting you, nothing holding you back, are there things that you would do differently? Think about that. And let's chat next week when I come on Gratitude Happy Hour on Tuesday. I love you all so much. And Ruth and Deb, you are my heart. I love you, and I send you blessings to each of you.
Oh, I love you too, Teri and Deb. And to all of our listeners out there, God bless you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening to the calling that's coming for you, and step into that calling, because I got to tell you, folks, the world needs you now. Deb, Teri, and I need you now. And you need you to be all that you can be right now as well. So thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Ruth.
you, everyone.
Deb. Thank you,
Yeah,
Deb,
thank
so
you.
much. I love you. Bye, everybody.